Good evening, everyone. It's 5:02, and I'd like to call the August 28th meeting of the Public Works Committee to order. We do have a quorum here this evening, so I would like to proceed. The first order of business is approval of the previous minutes. Have the members had an opportunity to review the minutes, and are there any comments or suggestions or additions?
Nope.
If not, I would entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Miller, seconded by Mr. Reinhardt. All those in favor of accepting the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Let's move on to the first agenda item. Commissioner Lisa Raimondo. Welcome this evening.
Well, thank you.
Hope it's cooler in Voorheesville.
Yes. Yep, welcome home.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Agenda item number 1, authorizing the restoration of a navigation easement to Albany County. Commissioner?
Yes, we are respectfully requesting that we enter into an agreement to reacquire our navigation easement. On February 19th, 2015, we acquired property from the state acquired property from E.T. Peterson LLC to be used for a wetland mitigation for the above listed construction project, which is the Airport Exit 4 project. Unfortunately, they erroneously left off the navigation easement on the acquisition map when it was filed in the Albany County Clerk's office. This is to reinstate that navigation easement and give it back to the county.
Okay. Any of the members have any questions?
I have a quick question.
Mr. Reinhardt?
Does the fact that we're transferring ownership change any obligation the state has in terms of wetland management? Like the fact that we already were using that as wetlands and that might have been in compliance with some requirements. I'm just wondering, does the state have to go out and do anything else to mitigate or to, deal with wetland issues since we are in fact the owners of that piece of land?
Well, from what I understand, the state acquired that property in order to mitigate a wetland that they utilized in order for construction for the Exit 4 project, or that they're going to utilize. So that piece of property is going to be converted to a wetland.
So it wasn't already a wetland. So, okay, so
Correct. It's
the
a
fact that we
mitigation.
actually own it and that we're taking it back doesn't change what the state needs to do in terms of wetland.
We're not actually the owners of it. We just have there's a navigation easement there that allows the airport to fly planes over it. And so it's when the property transfer happened, all of the paperwork was done, and there was no mention of the fact that the county had an navigation easement on that land. So now this is going back and redoing just the formality of reinstating that easement.
All right, so the state doesn't have to do anything different?
No.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Any other questions from members of the committee? If not, I would accept the motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Reinhardt, seconded by Ms. Platsky. All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. The motion is carried. Commissioner, item number 2, authorizing an agreement with Peter Louisi Brothers Contracting for the construction of the rail trail connecting link Phase 1 to Phase 2 in the town of Bethlehem.
Yes, we're requesting the legislature's approval to enter into an agreement with Peter Louisi Brothers for the construction of the Helderberg-Hudson Rail Trail connecting link. It connects Phase 1 and Phase 2. For the most part, it is a parking lot. The county purchasing agent received 2 bids for the project. Our engineering staff reviewed the bids along with our consultant, Creighton Manning, and we recommend that the contract be awarded to Peter Louisi in an amount not to exceed $290,568.80.
To my recollection, this was a substantially lower bid of the two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Newcastle was the only other bidder, and they came out $533,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Questions from the members?
I want to follow up his comment with a question about that difference.
Sure.
I confess I did not go through and read in great detail all of those charts and tables that you had in there, looking at the two bids and the way that you analyzed. But I'm just kind of curious, as Paul said, what a huge difference. Did you guys come up with any kind of a sense of why there was such a big difference in a quote for this kind of work?
You know, there can be many reasons. Louisi happens to be mobilized on the rail trail. They were the ones that just did the work.
They're doing the paving.
Yes,
Yeah.
the paving. So this is more of the same. So they have a familiarity with the area. They are, they've been mobilized there before. So they have that knowledge coming into it. Also, seeing it, I think that a lot of the companies were just busy. And so we didn't get many bids, and it's not that complex of a job. So what I'm thinking is most companies are just busy, and the second bidder just kind of threw something out there and hoped that, if they lucked out, nobody else was going to bid on it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just, to me, if this was bid earlier in the season, I think we would have gotten more bidders, and there would have been a tighter margin.
It's just notable, the difference between the
It
two.
is. Yep.
Well, I think the spread is our good fortune at the county.
Yeah.
To have a lower price, that was actually, from what I understand, underneath the engineer's estimate.
Yes.
So, Ms. Potts.
Thanks. And Commissioner, this is slated to be done before winter, right?
Yes. Yep, October construction, and it should be completed in that same month. Yep.
All right, any other questions from any of the members of the legislature or members of the committee? If not, I would accept the motion.
move.
By Mr. Reinhardt, seconded by Mr. Miller. Everyone in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you very much, Commissioner. Are you going to stay for the last item?
Sure.
Do we want to take that out of order? Is that okay with you, Mr. Lucina?
That's fine.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Okay, and I see you have your colleague from the county exec's office here with you. All righty, the last one, this is number 4, out of order, authorizing an agreement with the town of Bethlehem regarding a paved connection between Bridge Street and Slingerlands to the rail trail.
Yes. We're requesting permission to enter into a license agreement with the town of Bethlehem in order to partner on a paved connection between Bridge Street and Slingerlands to the rail trail. Construction will be a shared effort between the county and the town. Once complete, this will allow trail access to neighborhoods west of Cherry Ave and Slingerlands, a group who previously had to travel heavily trafficked New Scotland Avenue for pedestrian access.
Question?
How much is the cost for us?
It's going to be minimal. It's going to amount to, and I don't have like a hard, fast figure, but it's going to amount to a few loads of crusher run and some asphalt. And the town actually is going to partner with us. So, I mean, we're talking a couple $1,000s, if that. And we've already done the survey work for it and stuff. It's going to be done by our own forces. So, no contractor involved.
Ms. Plotsky?
How long is this? Is it just like a little?
It's less, we're not talking like in mileage or quarters of a
Oh, yeah,
mile
I
or
know,
anything
it's
like
just-
that. It's very short. I don't know how many feet. I would have to check
Okay.
on that for you.
I'm just curious.
But I'd say it's like 100 feet or so.
Yeah, I just know if it's like a year.
It might even be
It's hard
less
to see
than
on
that.
this,
It's
yeah.
where Bridge Street, where the rail trail comes closest to Bridge Street. I was hoping it would be indicated here, but this map is not very
Yeah,
clear.
they almost intersect.
They almost intersect,
Yeah.
and it's sort of right where they're the closest.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
it's like a cul-de-sac at the very end of
Oh,
Bridge
yeah, I
Street.
know where you mean.
And so it's not long at all.
It's smaller than this room.
It is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not as long as this room.
Yeah.
Bigger than a bread box.
Bigger than
Smaller
a bread
this one.
box.
There you go. I'll make a
Smaller than
motion.
a 10-inch trailer.
But it will make it a lot easier for access for those neighborhoods.
All right,
Small.
any other questions for the members of the committee?
I'll make a motion.
Moved
I'll second.
by Ms. Lockhart, seconded by Mr. Reinhardt. Everyone who
We're ahead of our
supports,
times,
please
Paul.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. The motion is carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Latina.
Good evening.
Back to number 3, authorizing an agreement with the NYE Auto Group regarding the purchase of hybrid vehicles for the Department of General Services.
Yes, was part of our 5-year capital plan to replace the fleet for Albany County's departments. NYE Automotive Group was actually the second bidder, the second lowest bidder. Webster Ford made a mistake in their bid and withdrew their bid as far as their base price on their vehicles. So we went to second bidder for $303,800. This will probably be the last round of vehicles we'll be buying. Pretty much this will be the replacement of the entire fleet of the 2001 Cavaliers that were purchased all at one time.
Questions from the committee? No questions? If not, I would entertain a motion. Moved by Mr. Miller,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Reinhardt. Those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None? Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, sir.
Motion is passed.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Miller,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Lockhart. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.